Did you know that a pressure washing business could be an excellent choice for a first-time entrepreneur? Why, you ask? Well, because it's scalable and doesn't require a lot of capital and experience to get started. In this two-part series, we're going to be talking to Ryan Woods, owner of Emerald City Power Washing, to get his insights on how to start a successful pressure washing business. He started Emerald City back in 2019 and experienced phenomenal growth by hitting that six-figure in his first full year of business.
If you're not making 100 grand a year and you're working 5 days a week, you're doing something wrong.
Let's talk about monthly expenses. What are they for you currently? One of the great things about a pressure washing business is that it offers high margins and continued customer demand, which means you can quickly earn your investment back and start making a profit. How long did it take for you to break even?
Oh, immediately. You're averaging $100 an hour.
In today's interview, we're going to find out firsthand what it takes to start a power washing business. We're going to find out how he made Emerald City stand out by offering unique services. We're also going to find out why he got into this niche and what services bring the best margins. I wanted to walk through every little piece of equipment for our viewers and talk about cost, okay?
This saves you so much.
We'll also find out what it cost him to get started, what equipment is a must-have to get into the pressure washing industry, and much, much more. So I'm excited to hear Ryan's tips. I hope you guys are too. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and let's go say hello. So Ryan, as you're unloading, a couple questions for you.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, why you got into the pressure washing business, and anything else you can say.
All right, well, I'm 40 years old and I worked construction basically my whole life. So 25 years doing construction. I met a friend of mine who did pressure washing.
Mm-hmm.
So he had me out on a couple of jobs, and you know, besides it being pretty dangerous and it's dirty, you make a lot of money. And so I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, if he could do this, I could do this. So I asked him all the questions, you know, I picked his brain, and I slowly started buying tools and just ventured out on my own about 2-3 years ago, and I haven't looked back since.
Let's talk about your initial budget. Break it down for us. If it was $5,000, how did you spend it?
The way I started was, it was very progressively. I didn't necessarily have a budget, but if you wanted to start, you would need a truck for sure, or at least a van, something you can put the material in, and about $3,000, that would get you started.
Okay, and can you break that $3,000 real quick for us?
Well,
what would you need at the very least?
You're gonna want a pressure washer for one, that's the main thing, and that's gonna run you at least $1,000. You're gonna want an extension pole right there.
Just like that, okay.
Yeah, that guy's only about 160 bucks. And then a line or two. You're gonna need at least 150 feet of line to start with. You don't wanna be pulling the pressure washer around. And that's gonna run you $300. And then, you know, placing ads, you're gonna wanna find a good company, which is it can be very hard. But at least place ads on Craigslist, and you're talking $5 or $10 a day.
Pretty expensive.
Right. I would recommend Yelp. There's some other places like Thumbtack. You're also going to want to get on Nextdoor. That'll keep you in your neighborhood for the most part.
When you got started, did you have a business plan written all out, or kind of just gave it a shot and built on that?
Well, I had a business plan, but it was not for pressure washing. It was for doing construction.
Okay.
But what happened was I was sitting at home with no work, and I have a pressure washer, and it was, you know, kind of sink or swim. I just kind of threw myself out there. So I didn't have a plan as far as pressure washing was concerned. I just knew that the guy who taught me, I just copied what he did. Well, basically, he taught me.
Best way to do it sometimes.
Right.
R&D.
Yeah.
Rip off and duplicate.
Right.
If you can.
Basically, if I'm being perfectly honest, he taught me what not to do, which is a wonderful lesson because I don't conduct business in the same manner.
What's one thing that would be at the top of the list of the things he taught you not to do that you can share with us?
Well, for one, he doesn't necessarily clean the roofs. They look clean, you know, from a homeowner's perspective, but they're not clean.
So not to do that.
Yeah, do not do that.
I didn't know that was possible.
Clean
But
the roofs, make them look pretty, take pictures, so people can actually see your work. People definitely appreciate that.
So Ryan, let's talk about monthly expenses. What are they for you currently? Well, let's take the average number.
Okay.
And out of those expenses, how are they allocated? What goes to what?
I have a company that handles my marketing, and it's only about $300 a month right now. And that gets me to show up in certain cities that I prefer to work in. And again, Craigslist, that's $5, $10 a day. Most days, I don't advertise every day. And then Thumbtack, and again, that's just based on per lead.
So are you spending $600 a month expenses? 1,000? What's the number would round up to?
It's usually about $1,000 a month if you put it all together. And a lot of guys spend a lot more. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, the bigger companies. That's $2,000 is nothing to them to spend on advertising.
Okay, so it's mainly advertising. I mean, you got the fuel and all those things. Are you pretty much summing it all up?
I really invested in my company. I put money back into tools the first year. So as long as I have gas and maybe a little bit of chemicals, I'm good to go.
How much do you spend on chemical purchases per month?
That's a good question.
Roughly.
Maybe $200. I try to obviously maximize, you know, get the most bang for your buck. So again, a lot of people, they use bleach or the zinc oxide, which is actually more expensive than the hydrogen peroxide based solutions that I use.
How long did it take for you to break even?
Oh, immediately.
Okay.
The first month, I was working construction, making maybe 50 grand a year. So I already had the tools, and I placed some ads, and I'm already getting work. I'm already getting estimates. I started jobs immediately, and I'm making, you know, double, triple the amount of what I would make per day right out the gate.
You earned your investment back, sounds like, pretty quickly, because you had some equipment, some expenses, but on the first couple jobs, you're saying that basically came back to you? And
within the first month, I made back my initial investment, definitely.
That's amazing. Like, think of any other business that would give you your investment back within a 30-day period. I mean, not a lot.
Well, if you look at other YouTube videos, they show you how to start a pressure washing business, and they're out there pressure washing. And you could see a lot of them, they're not doing roofs, they're not doing siding, they're just out there doing driveways. And they're making a killing. You know, like this driveway, you're talking $200, and that'll take you an hour. So you're averaging $100 an hour doing pressure washing. That's what I find. That's my average.
So Ryan, this quick little segment, I wanted to walk through every little piece of equipment for our viewers and talk about cost. So let's start with, and you can just throw out a number. So you've got a hose. Talk to us about cost and why this particular one.
Okay, so this is a 200-foot hose. If you get the black handle, this is going to have one wire through it, whereas the red one is going to be easily twice as heavy. They're really heavy.
They are, okay.
But they're for hot water. This will run good with just cold water.
How much for this guy?
This was $200.
$200, okay.
And
you've got the Honda 390.
Oh yeah, but it's like little pieces like this. This is $180.
Why is that important to have?
This connects. This you can turn the water off where you're, so you don't have to come back and turn it. And this saves you so much. So I don't have to run back. I can take one thing off, put another thing on, and keep moving.
Okay. This is year what for you at this point?
This is year number 3 on my own.
First year, what was your revenue? What did you make in a full year, remember?
Well, I started late in the season, so it was maybe the middle of August, which is way late. That's actually that's right in the middle of the season. But just from starting late to the end of the year when it dies down, easily 50, 60 grand. Okay,
what was your second year? I just want to see the growth.
Second year, I made 30 grand the first quarter, and that's a slow quarter. So, you know, do the math. It's this is if you're not making $100,000 a year and you're working 5 days a week, you're doing something wrong.
It's good to know. And then what's your projection for maybe 2021, assuming the year is a quote unquote normal year?
Well, if it's a normal year, I'm happy with $100,000, but I'm gonna try to really work as much as I can. So you're looking $150,000.
Okay, it's a good goal. You guys make sure you check out our other videos on pressure washing businesses and cleaning businesses that we've done. The link is going to be in the description below. What's the cost on this thing, Ryan?
Oh, that's a good one. These run about $250.
Okay. And these poles?
This is a lower quality. This one is a 24-foot extension pole, and it's fiberglass. And
makes it nice and light?
Yes, I use this one now because I have one in there that's made out of aluminum, which is sturdy, but I didn't realize how heavy it was till it malfunctioned on me one day and I had to use this guy again. And then it dawned on me, I said, why did I ever get that one? It's twice as much, it's twice as heavy, and besides this guy being maybe a little more wobbly, it's better in my opinion.
How much does it cost?
This was $160.
Okay.
But trust me, when you got this guy up here like this, you know, your shoulders are gonna know it by the end of the day.
Yeah, you got a lot of square footage here. You got all 4 walls.
Right. Well, a lot of times we're doing apartment complexes, and so you've got that guy up all day.
Right. So you mentioned some of these apps, and we're talking about marketing. Do you have a budget at this point? What you spend on all these apps and Yelp and?
Well, yes. Right now I'm not. I'm marketing with Thumbtack. I stopped with Yelp just because if you get one bad review, then that one pops up. But all of your good reviews are, you got to fish for them. You know,
right.
So my rating is down, and I don't want to advertise with them with, you know, a 3.5 star rating. They're like, it's the algorithm. Like, I know you can press the button and make it right.
Get you up there. Yeah.
So
how's what's that?
Thumbtack.
Thumbtack. How's that different? And
it's not like $450 a month. It is per lead, and the leads vary depending on how much the job costs.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's anywhere from $10 to $46 a lead, but usually it's around $25, which is great. The only problem with that is the job isn't guaranteed. You still have to go and you know, tie the deal. So you get charged, but then it's still up to you to go actually secure the deal and get the job. Right.
So in a nutshell, what would you suggest as far as, you know, a Craigslist? We mentioned that when you're starting out because it's least expensive. What's working the best for you?
One of the best things to do is hit the pavement. Make some flyers, make some business cards. It's super inexpensive. And then you can cherry pick what kind of jobs you want. Say the job looks too difficult, you can't figure it out, the roof is too high, too steep, whatever. You can drive through the neighborhood, you can get out, and then you're able to meet people. You can shake hands, you can, well, maybe not right now, but
with those who don't mind.
Yeah, with those who don't mind. And then you're interfacing with people, you're interacting with people, and people, you know, respond to that.
Right. How do you pick your markets? Are you mainly focusing on residential or commercial or both? And tell us maybe why you do what you do.
Well, for now I do both, and I would prefer to do more commercial work. But the market is kind of cornered as far as that is concerned. So you gotta really put yourself out there. Which I had a campaign plan last year, but we all know what happened.
We know what happened in 2020.
Right. So. For now, even though it does say pressure washing on the back, 9 out of 10 people call, they want their roof cleaned. So usually I'm cleaning roofs, but that's also not bad because that is where the money is.
Where are the margins better, in commercial, residential?
Oh, it's definitely,
could be both?
Definitely better in commercial. The price is almost double when you're doing commercial, by square foot, or the jobs get more dangerous, so you add more money.
Is it just because companies pay more? I mean, why the double, triple digits as far as the
Right,
increase?
that's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I just looked online and I see that, you know, per square foot on a roof for residential, you'll get 25 cents, where for commercial, it's 48 cents. So it's almost double.
Well, that's a wrap for part one. Make sure you guys check out part two. The link is going to be in the description below, or hit the thumbnail right here. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel.